Hey guys, good morning. How are you? It is Hump Day Wednesday, September 20th, 7:45 a.m. And how are you guys doing? I hope you slept well, slept okay. Nose is running for some reason this morning. Slight headache, but other than that, I'm up. Coming to y'all a little bit late because I just was sitting here. I actually been sitting here since 7:30, just sitting here. No particular reason why, but yeah. Because I just had a lot on my mind this morning. Anything like every other morning, I guess no different, huh? Anyway, you guys, happy Hump Day. It's Hump Day. Hey ho, hey ho. Happy Wednesday. Yep. Good morning, everybody. Just finished putting my clothes on. Doggone cat fur everywhere. I was debating on if I was going to take off or not, so I could work on this car, but I'm just going to hope that they have or that they offer VTO. And so what I'll do if they offer VTO is I'll try to leave just a few hours early, right? That way I can reach out to the mechanic, see if I can get this car fixed, see if he'll take me to AutoZone right there on Madison to get the part, because I thought about it just this morning actually, when I was out there with him last evening looking at the car, the part. What did I just do with the I was thinking, originally I was just gonna walk over there and get the part and come home, but it might be heavy. It might be a little bit too big, it's a lot. That didn't even cross my mind. I'm used to just driving, getting the part and going home, but I'm like, wait a minute, I can't walk over there and get that part. It's it's the strut. It's yeah, I can't do that. I mean, I was thinking, he told me, like I told y'all yesterday. Oh, did I? Yesterday he was saying that they have those street signs on that side. He's like, you might have to move your car to the other side of the street. But I was like, scared to move it. But I'm thinking I might be able to I'll call him and see if he can take me to get the part. I just hate inconveniencing people. It's enough that he's coming to me, but I sure was thinking maybe it'll drive if I just be careful. Go down the side street, just be careful, because like I said, AutoZone is right here. If I just drive it, the biggest thing is making a right turn. To get the part and come back. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. First thing first is I have to wait till I get paid and then first thing first is seeing if I'll be able to do VTO, and if not, then once I talk to him, I'll know. Once I get paid and then talk to him, then I'll know what to do. If I need to just go ahead and call in for the rest of the hours, I don't know. I'm just gonna trust God that it all works out in my favor. God is good. I say it all the time. I say it all the time because it's the truth, you know. I've been listening to this channel. I forget the name of the channel, but the guy was very nice, soft, quiet, you know, voice, was reading songs, different books and verses in Psalms about healing, protection, covering, finances, things like that. And so I was listening to it, read it, and praying, you know, and because I've read some of what the chapters or verses that he read, I knew it to be true. So knew that he wasn't just, you know, talking. You know how some people just, they really don't, they just be talking. And you never know, sometimes people, you've been, thought you was listening to something good and it ended up cursing you or something. You just never know, you know, because the devil knows the word too, you know. So yeah, I was listening to them, and yeah, I was just listening and praying along with. And yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to repaint. Y'all, yesterday I painted my nails, but because my hair is always in water, I don't know. They just, and it is Dollar Store fingernail polish. It looks nice, but it just come off so fast. Like, jeez. It dries quickly. It looks nice, beautiful color, you know, shine to it. But it just come off so fast. Anyway. Yeah, so yeah, I woke up with a lot on my mind early this morning. Nothing new, huh? I bet y'all saying, okay, wake up some other kind of way for once. Oh my God. This coffee is so good this morning. Oh my God. Almost too sweet, but it is good. This is good. Ah, that's a plus. That's a plus. I fed Chapo this morning, right? I put his food in a bowl, and he looked at it and walked away, smelled it and walked away. I was like, what the? He do this every morning. It's so funny. And so then I went back. I was like, and he still didn't eat. He's following me around, and he's following Jeremiah around. Jeremiah was, what's going on with you, man? Picked him up, around him. Then we went back in the kitchen, and he would go to the bowl, and Jeremiah was like, well, what's wrong with him? I was like, he do this every morning. He waiting on me to stand in here for a while. And so then I was like, well, maybe I need to give him a little bit more. So I gave him some hard food and mixed it in with the soft. He smelled it and walked away. And I was like, what is it? He don't like it? I said, no, it ain't that he don't like it. I said, give him a minute. Sure enough, he went on in there and ate it. As soon as we, you know, was standing there, and as long as we were in the kitchen and being still, he went on and ate. And it was like, I guess, I don't know what's up with him. He went on and ate. And if you leave out altogether and just leave him be, he'll go and eat. But when you first give it to him, if I give it to him and I'm in the kitchen and I'm moving around and I'm doing things, depending on what it is, he's not going to eat it right away. He's going to wait on me. Now, if it's the cat food, the soft food out the can, or tuna, something like that, right away he's grubbing. He's going in for it. He's going in for it. But if it's his hard cat food mixed with anything else, he's going to eat it. He's just not in a hurry. I don't know why he does that. He waits on me. I don't know why. But yeah, he's so clingy. He needs a lot of attention. It's sweet, but it can be also a tad bit annoying sometimes. But I deal with it. You know, like yesterday, I had to keep pushing him away because he kept trying to put his head in my face, in my head. I was like, no. Not today, because sometimes when he does it, it causes my neck to itch. Sometimes it don't. So I was like, nah, I don't feel like that today. And then you wake up, he laying upside your head on the pillow, just chilling. That don't bother me. Like just sometimes, like I said, my allergies, or like right now, my sinuses. I'm assuming it's sinuses or allergies. It could be both. I don't know, but as y'all can hear, I'm very much stopped up. Very much, right? I cannot really breathe out of my nose. And I've been blowing my nose all morning. It's been running. Now it ain't running, but it's all in here clogged. So yeah, that's my morning. I need to stretch. Jesus. Yeah, I finally have 10 leaves on my plant. That one finally came up and sprouted out. It's so pretty. I think it's more coming up. I can't wait. Like, I'm so excited. It's just so different than when I first got it. When I first got it, it was very beautiful, don't get me wrong. And like I said, it was 3 long limbs. One died. And now just to see it go from where it was to where it is, I am so excited. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Like, I can't wait to see more grow. And I got to ask her, she said I could take off one of the leaves and put it in something else, and it will continue to grow. But I'm not sure how to do that, and I don't want to, kill nothing. So I'm gonna wait and talk to her about how to do that. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited about my plant, y'all. I really am. Like, but next time I get something, I'll try something that does not require light or a lot of light, because really the only light you get is from in here or in the bedroom, because that's right on the street. The bedroom windows are off the main street. The other window in there is on the side. There's no like, ta-da, sunshine. So, yeah, because I want plants other places than just in here, and I want big, beautiful ones, right? But I think I may have to resort back to fake, not real, in certain areas, because but I would like some real too. Especially the real ones that have such an amazing and beautiful, calming and relaxing smell. Just a beautiful aroma, When I worked at assisted living, Sunrise Assisted Living, it's a lot of stuff that I took from there that I would like to implement throughout my life. Like, and I've been trying to do. Like, for example, I'm always, right, lighting candles. And one of the things, the first thing I had to do when I got to work in the morning was to make sure all the candles were lit. Big, beautiful candles with amazing smells, right? So I had to make sure the candle on my desk was lit. All around the first level where there were candles, I had to make sure that they were all lit. I had to make the popcorn. I had to make the bread, start the bread. And when I tell y'all, that smell, that inviting, that at home, that calming, it's just, you'd be surprised how much a smell can change the mood. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. I had to come in and usually the guy comes in to bring fresh flowers every morning. Big, beautiful flowers, different types of flowers, and they all again have such amazing smells. And so those are just some of the things that I would be responsible for, right? And so I've always said, in my home, which I still do to this day, my candles are lit all day long, and they only go out at night sometime, which is why I prefer the really big ones, or the ones that burn long, last long, because I like that smell constant. At night with the candles and the lights are off, and it gives you this beautiful, nice, calming evening. It's just beautiful. It's almost romantic even. I do popcorn here and there now, especially at night, instead of snacking on sweets. Yesterday, y'all, I just needed something sweet like crazy. But I ended up getting up later in the evening and popping me a little bit of popcorn while, what was I watching? The very first animated Addams Family movie. Do you put a spell on me? I love that. How they was walking and coming in for her little, wedding, whatever. So I watched that, ate my little popcorn. I was listening to this YouTuber and I was trying to follow some of the stuff she was saying, but whatever. So yeah, now I would like to get me a bread machine at some point and make bread. Because where I was at, they had the machine and you just pour the box over it in there and the water, and that was it. The machine do the rest. And I'm like, y'all, the smell, I cannot tell you enough how amazing that smell is. And then when the bread was done, I had to slice it and I had to put the butter out. And there were some days where I had to make the butter. And that was actually, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was very hands-on. Time go by fast when you're constantly moving and doing. We had nights where we had movie nights, and I had to set up the movie area, pop the popcorn, pass it out to all the residents, get them situated, get the movie started. Sometimes they would have wine, cheese. It was a lot of fun. It really was. It really was. I kind of miss it. And if they had, there's a place right here on Washington and Austin, I think it is, or right before Austin. Sorry, y'all. I think they might be an assisted living or home. I'm not sure what type of home it is. I would definitely find out because I was definitely thinking of going in there and seeing if they had any third shift positions, because where I was they did third shift too, but it was different type of you didn't need a concierge for third shift, and that's what I was. But I was definitely thinking of going in and seeing what type of shifts they had available for concierge. I don't want to do anything. My weekends I want free, but after work, because I'm up a lot, I wouldn't mind doing something, helping out, cleaning, keeping the first level or whatever clean. I don't mind doing stuff like that. It's fun. And you get to talk to the residents, and, a lot of these residents are older people that have lived life. They're full of knowledge. Some of the knowledge be a bit off. But you have those but you can still learn something from them. You can learn something from everybody, be it negative or positive. There is something to learn, from everybody, and I just enjoy the conversation with them. I'm not very much of a conversationalist. The most I talk is when I'm talking to y'all, to be honest. I really don't have a whole lot to say, but I do enjoy listening to my elders when they're talking about life. I learned a lot, y'all. I had this one resident, and she was amazing. She was beautiful. She was Mexican, little bitty thing, and she ended up passing away. She was so sweet. Every time a resident come in that was scared, that was unhappy, we would assign her to them, and she would try to, loosen it up, let them know it's okay, walk with them, talk to them. But she was a bit losing it, in the sense that she had, I think, Alzheimer's or dementia. and she had kidney. And no one knew at first what it was. We just noticed that she was turning yellow. Like literally her skin was yellow. And that's when we found out later that she had kidney disease. And so much so to the point before she passed away, her skin actually went from yellow to green. Right? Like I had never seen anything like that before. And you talk about a beautiful person, right? I definitely shed tears when she passed because she was hilarious. Like she would walk around, she would talk to you, she would steal. She definitely stole a lot, and it was usually food, because she came up in when she was younger, it was recession, and when she had kids, it was recession, and all she knew was to feed my kids. So she would walk around, and you go to her room, she always had bananas and stuff in her room. When her daughters would come, they would bring back the fruit and stuff out the room. Don't bring it back, throw it away. Like, well, but she would steal the fruit and had it in her room because in her mind, she's thinking back in the recession days, I have to feed my girls. She had twin girls, and I think it was her son. Anyway, there were days when she was coming in and say, "Hey, come in with a bunch of stuff." Like she could go out for walks because she would just walk and come back, and very seldomly would she get lost. And she would come back with stuff, and we'd be like, "Where you get all that stuff from?" She said, "There's a thrift store." We'd be like, "Thrift store? We out here in where were we? Was it Glenview? Northbrook or Glenview? I forget, but there was no thrift store." And we're like, "What thrift store is she talking about?" No, it was Niles. What thrift store is she talking about? And what she was doing was she was going to people's yards and she was taking clothes off the line when they had stuff hanging up, or kids leave their toys and things. That's what she was doing. She had come in one time with a baby stroller. We was like, full of stuff. We was like, "What is you doing?" And that's when we realized she's stealing stuff. Now, we told her son about it, and instead of him taking the stuff back and letting people know, "Hey, my mom, da 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 da," he was taking the stuff that she was stealing and selling it. It was like, really, he was something else, y'all. He was a mess. He was a whole freaking doggone mess. Okay. But anyway, one thing she had told us, right? She was like, "Be careful what you say on the elevator." She said she was on the elevator when she was younger, and she got on, people prejudiced, and they were talking about her because they thought she didn't understand English, right? Mexican this, just nastiness, right? They were talking about her, and she never said a word. She let them run their mouth, and she said when she got off, she was getting off before then. When she got off the elevator, she told them, "Y'all have a nice day." I was like, wow. She was like, "Be very careful." She said, "You never know why you sit up talking smack and did exactly what you said." Oh, I don't know what just happened, but my recording stopped on its own and restarted on its own. That is scary, y'all. I don't know what's going on with this. I know sometimes when I touch the thing, it don't want to move or act right. That is scary. I don't know what just happened. I don't even know if what I was just recorded. Oh my God. Well, I'm just going to keep talking. It's 8:09 anyway. I'm going to log off. Hopefully it recorded. I don't know what just happened, but that just happened on its own. And I know ain't no ghost in my house. Y'all. Any other time, what just happened to me happened, I'd have been up out of this room. I'd have been like, "Oh Lord, just that." Not no more, because I trust God. I've grown a lot, y'all. I've grown a lot. Don't get me wrong now. I ain't stupid either. It is daytime, so that's probably why I'm a little bit calmer than normally what I would be. But I have to say, that was quite weird what just happened. I can't even explain it. And I'm not lying. I am not lying. I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and it just went doop doop on its own, and the arrow is pointing. I'm like, what the hell? And started over recording. It's 18, y'all. I'm finna end this video and log my butt in and get ready for work. But guys, God is good. God is good. And I am going to lean on my Heavenly Father more and more with each and every moment, each and every day. I'm going to lean on my Heavenly Father. The Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. He is the light, right? And He's going to light my path, guide my path, lead me in the right direction, protect me as I go to and from, even from my own dang self. Right? I'm trusting and believing in that. And I know it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. I know it's going to be hard. I know the devil going to throw some stuff at me and throw some stuff at the people that I care about, you know, because I chose to trust God. And I'm just going to keep moving. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep standing still. And I can no longer allow this, just things to get in the way of that, you know. Sometimes this morning I was thinking, you know, I'm really in this by myself, right? And then I have to quickly remind myself, no, you're not. No, you're not. You never have been. God is with me. God is with me. No, you're not by yourself. With nothing that goes on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes things may happen a little bit more to you than you expect or won't. You know, we all go through things. You know, I just talk about it. You know, I've learned to talk about it. Even if it's just talking to y'all, I talk about it. You know, not talk about it for anybody to feel sorry or anything like that, but to get it out for one reason, so I don't build up. But so that you can see how good my God is. Because He is. He is. You know, I'm not complaining. You know, sometimes it sounds like, oh, she complaining. Da, da, da. I'm just being honest and I'm being as real as I possibly can. Right? Why lie? Why would I want to get on here and lie? You know, I'm just being me. I'm being real. I'm being honest. I even at times repeat stuff and that's annoying. I know that. You know, but I'm being me. I can't be nobody other than me, right? I can pretend, I can try, but it won't prosper. It'll fail every time because I can't be nobody but me, right? I remember when I was younger trying to be everybody but who Sheena is, to the point I didn't even know who I was. Like, well, if you think about it, who is Sheena? What do you want to do? What does that? I was like, I have no idea. No idea. And to be honest, most of the time I still don't. You know, I don't care about all the flashy, and I never have. I just never have. When I was younger, I was never one of those kids that was into all the fashion and the flashy and the money and look at this and look at that. That was never me. I did not care about any of that. I never did. Why? I don't know. It could be because of my dad, you know. If we wanted something, he gave it to us. You know, my mom, most of the time mom and dad was there, even though they fought a lot or didn't talk at all sometimes, but when they did, and it was amazing, you know. But I did have, why is it's so slow? I had them both, you know. There were ups and there were downs, just like with any and everything else in life and people, you know. But I mean, I had a dad that it was a time we would get $50 for allowance. And when he would give us our allowance, at the time, whatever friend was around us at that time, he would give them money. It wouldn't be 50, but he would still give them money. Now, if I had saved all the money my dad was giving me, I would be rich. But as a kid, you don't think about that. All you thinking about is having fun. You know, straight to the store and spending on junk food, this, that, and the other, on your friends, all of that. You know. But yeah, he would give us $50 for allowance, you know. Every morning he would give us money for school. If we saw something that we wanted, like some shoes or whatever, he would buy it. Like my sister was more into the Jordans and the fashion. I didn't really care. And I remember her asking him about a pair of shoes. I think it was Jordans. And when he told her the price, when she told him the price, he was like, "Do they fly? Air Jordans, do they fly? Do they do your homework for you for the amount of money these shoes and things cost?" He'll make jokes and he'll do all that, but he still end up going and buying it, right? I remember going to the stores and I was real thin, and I remember there were clothes and things that I would like but they wouldn't fit me because I was too thin, and he'd be there making fitting. They'd be sewing and altering and making it fit in me, and my sisters both were just a little bit on the heavier side, and so if it was something that they couldn't fit, make it fit. And my dad wasn't no rich person, no. We were middle class, I guess what you would call middle class, a little on the upper end of the middle class, and he would just buy it. My mom would be more of the one, let me feel the material, let me check and see what type of material is this, when it would last, how long it would last, how much use you would get out of it type of person. But dad would just be, get it, you want it, get it. He might complain about it, but he's still gonna get it. And that's just the way it was. And he always said, you never gonna need a man that's gonna tell you, how a man will give you this line, "Oh, I'll take care of you, I'll give you the stars, the moons." They can't give you nothing your daddy's already giving you. So when they get to talk about, "Oh, I can give you," dad already did that. "Oh, I can get," already done that. Come with something new, right? And so I think that was this thing is still resetting. That's where his mind was. Like, you're not going to get out here. He didn't sugarcoat nothing when he would explain things to us. It could have been back then. A lot of times he was going through the substance abuse and all of that. So a lot of what he was saying would come out a little harsher than maybe normally it would have. But he didn't sugarcoat nothing. My mom used to get so bad about how he would explain some things. He would say, "Well, I'm a sugarcoating. These Negroes out here go sugarcoating when they bring it to them. Not all of them, So yeah, he was pretty blunt about a lot of stuff, and I appreciate that to an extent. I do. It is what it is. This thing is taking forever to restart, y'all. Like, this is really crazy. I should have started early. Like, why is it taking so long? Yeah, so come on, computer. Jeez. Yeah, he was really, really something, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the negative and the positive, because you learn and you grow from both. You know what to do, what not to do, and even still, you gonna make mistakes. You may still, there's things that he did that I said I would never do, and I did. So you just, I don't know, life a trip. Life a trip, and I don't believe God meant it to be that way by no means, but he did give us our own free will, and because of that, we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna do us, and God do that. And I'm so grateful for grace. I'm so grateful for grace because there's nothing we can do to earn grace. Grace is because God said so. God gave it. He's giving it to us. There's nothing we can do to earn it. He's already given it to us. We're already living in the grace dispensation. So, yeah. Sorry, I can't stand with this bra. It's all, it's a lot of stuff I gotta do. Anyway, it's 8:20 and my computer still says it's restarting. I don't know why it's taking so long. But I have a feeling it's gonna make me late for work. It's quite annoying. I don't want to be late, especially when they have to take off. I really love these glasses. I can't find the other ones though, y'all. I honestly don't know where I put them. Like, did I fold them up so small you can't see them, and then I put them in this doggone bin? I mean, that's the last place I remember putting them, in the bin with all the other glasses. So that's the only thing I can think of is maybe in going through here, I must have, I don't know. Let's see if it's here. Gotta be in here somewhere. But that's the craziest thing. Where else would they be? I don't see them. Okay. Started to restart. Oh, I'm gonna have to hustle now to get this. Now that I mentioned hustle, y'all, I had quickly watched a YouTuber yesterday. I was turning, and she made a lot of sense. It was so funny. She was talking about, how we be online and you be looking for ways to make a little extra cash, right? And she was like, let me tell y'all, this side hustle stuff is not gonna make you rich. First of all, think about it. Side hustle. If you got a dinner plate and you put macaroni and cheese on your plate, it's a side. It's not the main dish. So side hustle is something you're doing on the side. It's not your main source of income. And then hustle. The word hustle means you have to put effort. You have to constantly, you have to, it's not going to be easy. It's repetitive. It was so funny the way she was saying it. And it does, But, you do have people out there that need side hustles. They do. Because they're trying to make ends meet. They're trying to do whatever they can, however they can legally, to make extra cash. This is the world that we are in. Anyway, y'all, my computer just restarted, so I'm going to go ahead and hurry up and try to get in, log in. I will talk to y'all later. Please have an amazing Wednesday. Remember to treat people the way you would expect to be treated, or better. Treat people the way the Lord would. Kindness, grace, respect, love. Say your prayers, not just for your family, friends, and loved ones, but all your brothers and sisters in Christ. You guys can expect great things. I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting God to move on my behalf today. I expect it every day. Y'all hear me say it every day. And I'm going to keep saying it every day. Because I do expect great things to happen to me, through me, and for me. And I'm going to tear this place up looking for my glasses. I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey guys, good afternoon. It's 12:31. Wednesday, hump day, September 20th. And I am on my lunch break, and I just thought I would go ahead and make myself, I just had a taste for something different. Actually, I really don't have a taste for anything, but I have to eat something. So I'm just gonna do kind of like a vegetable taco. No cheese or anything like that. I'm gonna do potato and onion and bell pepper. So my potato is boiling here. It should be just about done. Hopefully, I had it on low. I should have had it on high. But yeah, it's a busy day. Busy. Since I'm doing vegetable, I'm wondering if I should add tomato and lettuce. We'll see. Might be a different type of kick. But yeah, that's kind of what I had a taste for. Nothing too serious, nothing, not a big deal at all. Like I said, it is kind of busy today. Phones are ringing. At times back to back, at times not. Y'all know how that goes for those who've ever, did customer care at any time. Just have those days and those moments. It changes every second, dang it. But yeah. I called my mechanic earlier. I didn't get an answer. I'm glad I went with my first mind and did not take off today. I'm just going to play it by ear. I left him a message. Hopefully he'll get back to me soon. I'll call him on my last break of the day. And just basically what my next step is depends on if I communicate with him. So if I communicate with him, it'll tell me what my next step is. So my last break of the day, if I communicate with him and he say, yeah, I'm coming, then I'll go ahead and leave work at that point. Hold on, guys. I'll leave work at that point and go and get the part. Get the parts that I need so that, I'll have it when it comes. I'm sorry. I'll go and get the parts that I need so I'll have it when it comes. I'll go and get it and maybe he can pick me up from there because I got a feeling it might be a bit heavy, but I haven't spoken to him yet, so I don't want to make any moves or do anything. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then I wasted my day. That when I could have been working. So yeah, that's all I'm waiting on. So I just sauteed my onions and bell pepper in a pan. I was even thinking about some of my soup, using the meat from the soup. But I'm just going to use one shell. And I just thought about it. I have like the smaller shells, the little small cute brown ones. I could have used those, but wasn't thinking. So I'll use the one that I have already. Yeah, so how was your guys' day going so far, your Wednesday? Aside from work, and the calls being off and on busy, my day's going, have our moments. We all have. Like I told you before, I'm trying to stay positive with no matter what goes on with me or around me, blah blah blah. Trying to stay positive. You know, I got a lot on my mind to the point it's giving me a headache. I just been trying not to think about it. I felt myself off and on throughout the day, feeling a little down. You know, and it's like, oh, I'm tired of feeling down. So I'm trying to prep myself up, but I can hear it. I can hear it in my conversation. Sorry guys, I was trying to see. I'm all closed all crooked here. Oh, whatever. I'll fix it later. But anyway, yeah. Just trying to keep my mind on the Lord. Not so much on everything that needs to be done, you know. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Still waiting on my lady, on my on the test. Like I said, I knew his day was gonna be busy with everything he was saying he had to do. So we'll just see what happens. We'll get going back on like a public or whether we're gonna be discussing this on my sleep. Just so I'll be better able to know everything going on here. Table. Done by now, but I had it. Well, actually, it's done, to be honest with you. Turn it off. I should have had this already cut up, but I didn't. Put that down. There, wash my dishes out there. And then put my meat on there. And the vegetables. I'll go ahead and fry my potatoes a little bit longer. Yeah, so that's my plan for today. I have to pay my Comcast bill. That's about it. Gotta get some bread. You know, cooking. But really right now I can't do anything or think about anything else until I get this car in order. That's the seasoning, you guys. The seasoning info when I did my onions and bell peppers, I'm sure y'all can do that. But I like to keep that on the bottom because it makes a good seasoning. Turn that off. spoon to scoop it up with. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit of sauce on it, salsa. So I really don't. I was thinking about lettuce and tomatoes, but I think I might. And I already have my water in the room. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm gonna leave it as is. And it's my taco. I'm not gonna add the lettuce and tomato, although I could if I wanted to fill it up. But I'm not going to. It's a bit much. I just feel a little nauseated, so that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and eat something. I didn't feel like being part of a Chapo thing. It was at the door. So he either under the couch or he in there with Jeremiah. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday so far. It's a beautiful day out. Sounds beautiful. The sun is beautifully bright and shining. So definitely you guys enjoy the day while you can, because winter is coming in quick. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Just wanted to check in on you. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my food here. And my taco, the bread is more bread than anything. But that's cool. I don't know. Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name of Nazareth, for this food I pray. Amen. And it is good. It is good. You guys should try it. Anyway, talk to you later. Enjoy your day. Your afternoon.